Hi everyone. My proposal is on inclusion and the attitudes of regular education students towards students with disabilities. Um, my interest in this is because we do a great job of inclusion at our elementary level, but once they get to middle school and high school, our inclusion tends to start to fade out. We start to pull our kids out more often, and there seem to be losing those connections that we had built up in elementary school. Um, a lot of our programs change to life skills type of work, so we're not getting the kids integrated with their peers as much as I think they should be. The purpose of the study is to measure the attitudes of regular education students toward the students with disabilities. Research questions. My objective, I guess, is to have our kids do some interaction within our gym classes. Gym class seems to be a favorite for everyone, so why not use it to my advantage? So, will planned activities help promote and maintain the relationships between the students with disabilities and the students without? Um, and then, if we could bring our students in the classrooms, would regular education peers be able to be willing to be peer buddies? And, could we kind of teach them and help them accommodate and modify some work for their peers with disabilities, kind of like a built-in para within the classroom, but as a peer instead of as an extra adult. One of the things I found was from 2001, but I need to dig deeper into my research. You guys all know we're swamped right now, so my research, I have quite a few, but I would like to dig a little deeper. But I did find one kind of survey research that I want to base mine mostly around. But they did theirs in younger elementary students or high school. So I'm kind of looking at that middle school level, mostly because middle school can be difficult to maintain friendships. There's a huge self-image thing happening in middle school. So, is it going to be cool that they're friends with people with disabilities, or is it not going to be cool? Things like that. There's a lot of peer pressure also in middle school. So, kind of interested to see how this is all going to play out as we go. My research design, I kind of developed my own survey based on a Likert scale of 1 to 5, with some questions. Just basically, do you would you play with a student with a severe disability? If you had a birthday party, would you invite them to it? Do kids with severe disabilities make good friends? Can they read and write? Can they talk? Um, just things. And then it gets a little more in depth. Like, are you embarrassed when your friends see you talking with somebody with a disability? And then, I threw in one too, is it fun to pick on a student with a disability? Middle school kids, they tend to pick on everybody and everyone, teachers included. So just kind of feeling their basis out. And then I do have 3 open-ended questions. Just I don't want why I would want to and why I don't want to. Just to gather their feelings of what it's like to be a middle school student, actually. I want to do this in 8th grade. We have a higher number of students in 8th grade with significant disabilities for next year. So I was going to just center around the 8th grade team. I could open it up to the entire middle school, but that's like 200 kids I'd have to survey, and I don't really want to go that big. And then I might just ask the gym teacher, because her and I are kind of working this together, and just kind of get her feedback, how she thought things went, if she liked it, if she wants to continue, things like that. I don't know if I'll post that or, put that part of my presentation, but I'll be interested to see. So my participants are 8th grade class of approximately, we think there's about 60 students for next year. They will all be assigned a gym class, so every student that I survey will be in a gym class, including our students with significant disabilities. I'm not surveying them, but I am going to survey the rest of them. They're all of Native American heritage. As you guys all know, I work in an all Native American school. So they'll be mixed boys and girls, and I'm going to do a letter home just stating what I'm doing. Your child will fill out a survey. There's no names involved. And then if you don't want them to participate, please sign this and send it back. So I did have it that, sign it and send it back anyway. And then I just changed it to, if you don't want them to participate, let me know. So my independent variables, I'm trying to change the interaction in gym class. So we're going to add our students into gym class and change up different groupings and things like that while in gym. And then the dependent is just the attitudes we'll measure after. This is going to be a paper pencil survey during their homerooms. Our kids have homerooms every morning and then right away after lunch. So I'll probably plan on doing it during their morning homeroom and then in their afternoon homeroom if they don't finish. So we'll see. I thought of a Google survey and I thought this could be really easy, but I don't want any names associated with anybody's thing. So I chose to just do a paper pencil one. It'll be easier, I think, to alleviate that burden. And I mean, I know I can click the, do not collect names or whatever on the Google Slides, but they have to log into their computers, and I just don't want any of that IT stuff and legalities things going on. So, research design this research is qualitative. There's a 13 question survey. Give it a 5-point Likert scale, like I said. All answers will be tabulated and put into a bar graph or something similar to that to see the before and after comparisons. Ethics and human relations, like I said before, I'm going to use paper pencil only because I don't want any names associated to be with this. The 3 open questions, ended questions, I'm going to ask the kids, don't write any names. If they need to write a name, change it to he, she, or they, them, one of those pronouns that it's less identifiable. My timeline is kind of the last thing I have here, and it's I'm going to try to start towards the middle of September. So obviously the quarter is going to start right away. I want to work on like week 3, week 4. Hopefully first round of iReady testing is done. So the kids aren't having to do it, on top of doing that. By then, all homerooms should have been established, schedules are set, routines are set in homeroom, and I can just come in during that homeroom time and get these all handed out and done. I'll use the remaining 6 weeks of the first quarter to do the groups within the gym class. We plan to do a different activity each week to make sure that our kids get gym at least 2 days a week, sometimes 3. We're on an A-B schedule. Every Friday is every other A or B. So they'll at least get 1 interaction per week for 6 weeks. And then after the second quarter begins, give my post-survey. I plan to do this for 6 weeks. So like I said, I hope to do it during first quarter, but it might end up going into second quarter a little bit. I thought about doing it over the summer in summer school, but I just don't have everything put together and ready to go by then. So hope I explained everything, and thank you.